We've been having problems with this piece of sheetrock turning black. You can see where it's kind of brown here and black spot over there. But anyway, the whole area turned black, and we started cutting in there. Obviously, it has some kind of a water leak. It's directly below a toilet, so we assumed that once again the toilet was leaking, and we'd been fixing it on and off for 10 years, replacing the wax ring, all that type of stuff. It would seem to work for a while. We'd paint it, nothing would go wrong, and then once again it would turn black or brown or whatever, and we'd have to fix it. And again, the assumption was it was the toilet leaking. Well, okay, as you may have guessed, it wasn't the toilet leaking. And let me show you some other weird side effects that was going on that really kind of threw us for a loop. So this is where the toilet was, and this is where we assumed it's been leaking, and we've fixed and refixed it. Now we've taken out all the mounting stuff, and we assumed that was originally it. And then, after a while, I brought in a contractor, and the contractor said, hey, wait, I think what's happening is when you wash the floor, it's leaking down in here, and it's going down the wall, and this is where you're getting this little tiny leak. It's not a fast leak. We're estimating maybe 1 or 2 drops a day, that's it. But it's getting in a place where it's not evaporating, and so it's staying there. Well, okay, so he said, let's check this area in here, and we started taking up tile, and as you can see, it's become a big thing. But yeah, it turned out that wasn't it, and the more he got into it, he went away one day because he had other work to do. He came back and it was still wet. So it's like, no, obviously it's not washing the floor. Let me show you what it was. The original plumber did not glue this joint and this joint. So yeah, and it was buried, as you can see. The floor is, it's like 6 inches, 5 inches of cement, and yeah, it was buried in there and the wall. And so the leak was very slow, and it was following this pipe down here and going that way. And yeah, you say, okay, so that's the end of the story, right? Well, no, that's not the end of the story. This has a really weird twist to it. But so yeah, 10 years ago, the plumber who did this got careless and forgot these 2 glue joints. And these are not the only ones he forgot. There were 4 others in the back of the house that he forgot. This turns out to be the culprit. And let me show you the weird twist to all of this. As you can see, I'm up here with all the plumbing. This is where the toilet is mounted, and there's a pipe shaft where the pipes all meet and go down, and this is where we assumed that it was leaking. You can see water is collected here. So naturally we assumed it's the toilet, and no, that's not it. It was just collecting, and it was dripping down on certain pipes, but it was all coming from those 2 unglued joints and following the wall or whatever. Okay, so what's the weird twist? You see this rust right here on this electrical wire? This is protecting the phone lines, and the phone quit working, and the phone company and I had several disagreements on whose fault it was. And I said, no, there's no way it can be ours because the wiring's all inside the house and it's dry, and there's just no way. We don't have any water leaks. Well, yeah, so this 1 to 2 drips a day, which was saturating the sheetrock, as you can see, was enough to saturate the plastic in the phone line. You can see the phone line inside there. And that allowed the phone to quit working. And as you can see, this is not a trivial thing. Got in scaffolding, torn up the ceiling, torn up the bathroom, done tile, had problems with the phone, plumbing, we've redone the plumbing several times and so forth. So yeah, small leaks do really matter. Okay, well, I hope you found this useful and interesting in your home improvement projects.